Hello again. All right, I'm coming to you today with something very simple. You don't even have to get down on the mat to do it. You can use a dowel. This is from Home Depot. You can use a broomstick, like a paint extension pole, or even just like a long towel that you just want to roll up into a little roll and hold it the lengthwise. So whatever you've got, you're gonna do that. And the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take whatever you're working with, whether it's a towel or a broomstick or a mop. I had a push broom that I used to unscrew before I got these. So you're gonna go on either side of your back so that you've got this wide shoulder connection. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your feet into a stance that feels comfortable for you. I love to do heels together, toes apart, and kind of bend the knees but squeeze the heels together. That's really nice, but I think that sometimes feels a little unsteady. So when I'm here, you could step your feet wide or you could step your feet kind of close together. So whatever works for you. And all you're gonna do is you are gonna pull your back, almost like you're trying to push against whatever you're working with, against your pole, and you're gonna kind of round forward. And as I round forward, my back has actually moved deeper into my pole. And then maybe I start to roll down, letting my butt go up as my head goes down. Now only do this if this feels okay in your back. Breathe. Notice if your head is taking tension or not. And then when you're ready, you're gonna roll back up, pulling the butt back on top of the feet, then the ribs on top of the butt, the shoulders, and then the head. And maybe just being here is enough of a shoulder stretch that you just want to stay here and breathe. And the roll down part, you're like, nope, not gonna happen, and that's okay. I'm gonna adjust my feet to just be a shoulders width, same thing. You're gonna roll down. So as I roll down, I'm not going immediately butt back, head forward. I'm dropping my chin towards my chest, my ribs into the pole, pulling my navel back, and slowly rolling down from there. Trying to start to hinge in my hips as my head goes down, 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 down. Breathe at the bottom, check in with your neck. And then rolling, push into your feet. Get the sits bones to pull down towards those heels. So you pulls your pelvis up. Use a little abdominals and stack all the way up. You can do as many of those as you like. Shake out your arms if it pulled in your shoulders to do that. And that might be enough. But if you can, we're gonna add a little bit more shoulder work onto that. So I'm gonna take my hands onto the pole out in front of me. I'm gonna pull a little bit wider. So you might play with, do I wanna pull apart? Do I wanna push together? Whatever feels supportive for you. You might take a wider stance with your hands or a narrower stance with your hands. The more you do it, the more you wanna get your hands closer to shoulder width, but I like to start a little wider than my shoulders. We're gonna go up to the ceiling. You're gonna breathe in. As you exhale, you're gonna bend your elbows, pulling them down as if I'm kind of pulling my elbows towards my body, and the bar or the towel goes behind my head, kind of rests on the top of my shoulders. Now, as I did that, I wanna make sure that my ribs didn't push forward, that I'm really pulling those ribs back, going up and forward. You're gonna do that again. The moment that you meet your shoulder restrictions, your spine's gonna wanna bow. So you're gonna work those abdominals to do as much as you can. It might do a little bit because you're not gonna change your entire shoulder girdle in a day. You're just gonna be able to do a little bit at a time. Breathing and coming back forward. Now, if you feel like I could go up to the next level, one, you could just take your hands a little closer and you could keep your arms as straight as you possibly can as you go back. So let your shoulder blades retract here. Now here, your spine is definitely gonna move. You try and hold it stable, but it's gonna move as you go all the way back behind you, and then you're gonna go all the way up and overhead. Trying to hold the spine stable as you go up and around and down. And then every now and then, because you're gonna get to like here, and you're gonna be like, that feels weird. And then coming back, keep the hands wide if it's too much. Slowly, you'd get a little bit more and more and more mobility. And then you're gonna bring the arms around, Whether you bend the elbows or kept them straight, totally up to you. Bring it out in front of you. Find a hand placement that feels comfortable for you. Bring your arms up into a nice V. Kind of feel like you're pulling apart, and you're gonna pull a little bit more through one arm as you side bend. So one arm is really pushing up towards the ceiling. My hands are not behind my head. I can see my hands in my peripheral vision. Still thinking ribs over my pelvis, not forward of my pelvis. I can still feel my feet. Breathe there, and then come center, and then go the other way. And notice I'm not trying to put the pole on the ground. I'm actually focusing on the arm that's reaching up. So I'm pushing up with my top arm, breathing into that side, stretching that, and then coming center. Pushing up with that top arm. And coming center. One more time. Pressing, breathing, and then coming center. So, super simple things just to totally shift your upper shoulder girdle, your upper posture basically, so your head, neck, shoulders, ribs, just to shift it even a little bit. That can really just break up the monotony of being on your phone or on the computer on any given day. And that's all you have to do to reset. All right, I'll see you next time.